How long will you keep calling her a friend while your soul whispers that she isn't? Have you noticed how your energy shifts every time she enters the room? Do you feel that tightness in your chest when you share your joy, only to be met with her veiled silence or a forced smile? Beloved, the angels have seen your heart. They know the loyalty you've offered to someone who secretly prays for your delay. This is not paranoia, it is spiritual sensitivity, and it is time to trust what you feel. You were not created to sit quietly beside people who secretly compete with your light. The heavens did not mold you to be tolerated. You were designed to be celebrated. That discomfort you've been ignoring? It's divine guidance. The angels have watched you shrink to make others feel tall. But now they are asking, why do you confuse access with affection? Why do you mistake proximity for purpose? This woman in your life may know your schedule, your stories, your scars, but that does not make her sacred to your destiny. Not every listener is a witness, and not every witness was sent by God. Ask yourself, when you fall, does she lift you up or linger just long enough to seem kind? Does she clap when you rise? Or does she mimic applause while counting the cracks in your steps? You are in a divine classroom right now, and the lesson is discernment. Not every storm is meant to be calmed. Some are allowed to show you who's swimming beside you only when the tide rises. Angels whisper to you in these moments. Pay attention not just to what is said, but to what is withheld. Have you been begging for truth while ignoring divine clues? When your spirit feels drained after a conversation, it's not just fatigue, it's warfare. You are a vessel of light, and light will always irritate hidden shadows. She may smile, she may compliment, she may even pray aloud, but God sees her spirit, and He is revealing it now. What have you seen, beloved, that you're too afraid to admit? You must understand this. Spiritual jealousy does not always arrive as hatred. It arrives as subtle criticism, as backhanded comments wrapped in concern, as invisible walls built through gossip. And yet, you have continued to invite her into the sanctuary of your heart. But today the angels say, build a gate, not a wall. Let love flow, but guard your oil. This is not about vengeance, it is about vision. Your calling is sacred. Your assignment is time-sensitive. You cannot walk with those who only pretend to agree with heaven's plan for you. Her mask is slipping, not to hurt you, but to heal you. God is removing illusions so you can move forward freely. Have you noticed that your growth intimidates her? Not because you've done wrong, but because you dared to rise without her permission? The angels say, you owe no apology for your evolution. There is no need to dim your glow for someone who would rather sit in the dark than celebrate your shine. Perhaps you have shared secrets with her, opened your soul, revealed your battles, and now you fear the loss of what you built. But listen carefully. Relationships built on pretense were never real. What you lose in distance, you will gain in peace. And heaven is promising a divine exchange. Fake support for true sisterhood. Yes, you were alone in that storm, even when she said she was with you. Yes, your tears were real, and her comfort was performance. But now heaven steps in. The angels are realigning your circle, and you must be brave enough to release her, not in hate, but in honor of your future. Do you know what it means to protect your purpose? It means releasing anyone who studies your wounds to weaken you later. It means forgiving, yes, but also moving in wisdom. God doesn't ask you to hate her. He asks you to see clearly. Spiritual clarity is not cruelty. It is protection. You are not imagining her resistance. You are discerning it. Stop questioning your sensitivity. It is your spiritual radar. The enemy is not always loud. Sometimes he arrives dressed as support, echoing your words but envying your strength. And this is your moment to break the cycle. This journey is about wholeness. and wholeness cannot coexist with false alliance. Ask yourself, why do I still sit at tables where I am secretly devoured? This season is too important for silence. You are a prophetic woman, not a passive participant in someone else's performance. She sees your light, and instead of being warmed by it, she hides behind cold smiles. She may never admit her envy, but the shift in her tone reveals it. Stop justifying her behavior as stress or misunderstanding. The angels say, "The Spirit reveals what the mouth conceals." This message is not meant to harden your heart, but to heal it. You've carried betrayal in silence. You've smiled through disappointment, but the angels now surround you with truth. You are not crazy. You are chosen. Your spirit picked up on what your heart tried to ignore. There is no shame in being deceived, only wisdom in finally seeing clearly. God allows the veil to lift, not to shame you but to sharpen you. You're not the woman you were when you first met her. And that, beloved, is the problem. You've grown. She hasn't. And your wings disturb those who chose to crawl. The days of playing small are over. Heaven has invested too much in you for you to stay bound by false friendships. There are divine appointments waiting for your obedience. But heaven will not pour into a cup still clinging to hands that leak your oil. So now, daughter of light, the question returns. Who are you becoming, and who is blocking the path to her? The woman you're becoming cannot be birthed in spaces where jealousy is disguised as love. Will you trust the angels enough to step back so God can step in? You've tried to fix it. You've tried to ignore it. But this message arrives not for debate, but for decision. The angels are not here to judge your loyalty. They are here to protect your purpose. And that purpose begins to bloom the moment you release what heaven has already exposed. You are not alone in this awakening. Many women feel what you feel, but stay silent to keep the peace. But the peace you're protecting is counterfeit. Real peace does not require your pretending. Real peace says, "Let her go, and bless her silently." Do you hear the angels now? They are waiting for your yes. You've been taught to endure in silence, to smile when it hurts, to stay when your soul screams go. But what if this moment of discomfort is the very gate to your freedom? What if the betrayal wasn't a punishment, but a permission to finally walk away? The angels ask, how long will you deny yourself the right to peace? You've been loyal, but not to yourself. And now heaven is demanding that you realign. Not every heart can hold your calling. Some women were drawn to your light not to celebrate it, but to contain it. They watched your dreams bloom, not with pride but with silent prayers for delay. This is not bitterness, it's awakening. And you, beloved, are being awakened. Will you keep hiding in comfort, or will you step into clarity even if it stings at first? The masks around you are falling not because you wished for war, but because heaven declared truth over illusion. Have you noticed how much quieter the room gets when you speak of your next step? Do you feel that strange distance even when you're physically close? Those are not accidents. Those are divine revelations. And the question is, are you ready to believe what God has been trying to show you? The angels do not expose to embarrass. They expose to elevate. They know how long you've held on to false peace just to avoid disruption. But every time you protect what's meant to be removed, you delay what's meant to be revealed. Who have you been fighting to keep, while God has been gently pulling them away? You've made yourself small to keep the friendship alive. But what about the life inside of you that's dying in the process? Heaven is not calling you to harshness. It is calling you to honor. Not everyone can go with you. Some people were only meant to walk with the version of you that didn't know her worth. Can you accept that your growth may cost you certain companions? The ache you feel isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's your soul grieving the version of you that tolerated what your future can no longer carry. God isn't just exposing her. He's inviting you to step into relationships that water your garden, not secretly poison your roots. Will you walk through the doorway? Or will you keep holding a hand that's been slipping for years? This is not just about her. This is about the pattern. The angels are pulling back the curtain on every connection that mirrored her energy. You've always been the giver, the safe place, the constant support. But when have you received what you've given? When have you been loved without needing to earn it? This is your sacred interruption. Don't ignore it. It's not selfish to guard your peace. It's spiritual stewardship. Your future is too important to let emotional familiarity delay divine fulfillment. You've cried enough. You've bent enough. Now heaven asks, when will you choose yourself the way you've chosen others? The moment you do, everything shifts. God isn't asking you to become hard. He's asking you to become whole. You can love her from afar. You can pray for her breakthrough. But you can no longer give her a seat at the table where your destiny is being served. That place is reserved for those who see you, cover you, and never compete with you. Do you remember who you were before the confusion? Before the whispered doubts? Before the comparison crept in? That woman still lives inside you, waiting to rise. And she will, once you stop handing microphones to those who don't honor your voice. The angels say, your voice is sacred. Stop giving it to those who only pretend to listen. Even now, heaven is rearranging your atmosphere. Divine connections are being prepared. New doors are opening, but your hands must be empty to receive them. So again the question rises, what are you still holding on to that already let go of you? The enemy loves to work in disguise, especially through counterfeit connections. But your discernment has matured. You feel the shift. You sense the unease. Now it's time to move differently. Your spiritual eyes have been opened. Will you still walk the same path now that you see where it leads? You've been faithful. And now, heaven is being faithful to you. The veil is lifting, not just from your friendships, but from your identity. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are being refined. God is not punishing you. He's promoting you. But this next level requires spiritual separation. You were not made for shallow circles. You were not designed for conditional love. Your spirit craves depth, truth, authenticity. And that is why the false has become so unbearable. That is why the room that once felt safe now feels suffocating. It's not your imagination. It's your elevation. There's a warrior rising inside of you. A woman who finally stops asking permission to be free. A woman who no longer apologizes for her intuition. A woman who trusts that if God is removing it, then she never needed it. Can you feel her emerging? Can you hear her voice getting stronger? The angels have walked with you in silence. They've watched every tear, every moment you bit your tongue, every time you questioned your worth. And now they speak. Enough. You are worthy of joy that doesn't compete. You are worthy of love that doesn't disguise itself. You are worthy of truth, even if it costs comfort. This transformation may feel lonely at first, but it's only because heaven is clearing space. You won't stay alone. Divine friendships are forming. Soul connections are coming. But they cannot arrive while your hands are full of betrayal disguised as loyalty. Can you make space for what's holy? You are stepping into a new chapter. One not built on performance but purpose. One where your spirit is nourished, not drained. One where the people around you pray with you, not gossip about you. Are you ready to stop surviving and start soaring? What if this is your divine release? What if this message is the final confirmation you've been praying for in silence? What if the angels waited until now because your heart is finally ready to receive it? And so, beautiful soul, let this message remain open, like a page in your sacred story still being written. What will your next move be? What would happen if you chose yourself for real this time? Before you go, beloved soul, pause for a moment and thank yourself for having the courage to listen, to feel, and to remember who you truly are. The angels rejoice when you open your heart to their whispers, because it means you are finally awakening to the divine strength that has always been within you. Thank you for staying until the end of this sacred message. It wasn't by chance. Heaven led you here. And now a confirmation arrives. The number 888. This number is a powerful angelic sign, a symbol of abundance, balance, and new beginnings. When you see 888, it means you are stepping into a season where what was once delayed will be delivered. The heavens are aligning to reward your obedience and restore what was lost. It also means financial blessings, spiritual elevation, and the breaking of generational patterns. Have you been seeing this number lately? On receipts, clocks, license plates? That is no coincidence. That is the voice of the divine saying, you are on the right path. Stay the course. If this message resonated deeply with your spirit, let the angels know by writing "I receive" in the comments. That simple act of faith opens spiritual doors you cannot yet see. And if you wish to continue receiving these angelic revelations, subscribe to our channel and activate the bell for notifications. Don't miss the messages the angels will bring to you in the coming videos. They have more to say, more confirmations, more clarity, more direction. Until then, may you walk in light, move in purpose, and never again dim your glow to make anyone comfortable. The angels are with you, always.